Okay.
Good evening. Look at everybody. Fantastic. Who's new here? Just curiously, there's so many people.
Couple, yep. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Julie Sinclair's coming in. Hi, Julie. Right.
Ah, wow. Okay. A few more seconds or into
No,
it?
you're good. I think you're good to go. I'll just keep letting them in. They keep coming, so we'll just keep going.
Hey. Good evening, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sergio. I'm in Auckland. My beautiful partner, Rebecca, is in Melbourne. Been super busy over there, but what we want to cover first, we've got two quick sessions. The first one is we're just going to talk about this incredible product. In short, where it started, who started it, and basically what the product is, and some amazing testimonials, which you will love. So pretty much not overseas ones, but people right here that have actually been on the drops. So what we're going to talk about is this incredible curcumin. But first, what we want to look at is when it started. So it started 6 years ago from Shane and Laura Brady, who were in Mexico for 12 years. And 6 years ago, Shane, with his experience of 25 years in the supplement industry, decided to look at what was cutting edge. And through a lot of his research, he realized that where a lot of supplements fall short is how the body actually absorbs it. That said, curcumin in itself, which I'll tell you about in a minute, they found that's where they basically wanted to start because of the power of what curcumin can do. So what they started was in Mexico. So it was all Latin America. They started in Colombia, Dominican Republic. As of about a year and a half ago, they went to America. It's exploded out into the UK. As of, I think they're just literally about to open the UK. Mm-hmm. That took, I think they started looking into that market about 8 months ago. As of 7 weeks now, Bo, I think, if I'm right, they started to reach out. We were lucky enough, to be honest, to have been introduced to one of the leaders of the organisation and gave us the opportunity to bring it into Australia and New Zealand. So this has gone absolutely ballistic, and to be honest, that's not an understatement. So nanified curcumin. So I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown of the product. Curcumin is probably the most studied. Well, it's obviously a spice that's turmeric, but it's the most studied of anything that I've researched. Anyway, it has about over 21,000 scientific articles written in PubMed, which is a US government website, a medical website. So we can supply all these links for you, by the way, as well, because you can go on there and you can research it for yourself. You basically just type in curcumin and whatever element that you have. But 21,000 studies is absolutely phenomenal. But one of the problems with curcumin, and pretty much the vast amount of curcumin products on the market, is that it does not absorb well into the body. And this is actually documented, okay? So it's not I'm just saying it because of this particular product. It's documented that curcumin does not absorb well into the body. But as of now, this does. So the nanotechnology in itself reduces the curcumin into such minute, I mean, basically unimaginable size, that it is able to get into the bloodstream within minutes and basically cross the blood-brain barrier. So remarkable testimonials and things that things like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's disease, arthritis. But we've got a ton of, like I said, testimonials on all sorts of different things, right? There's almost, I feel, my opinion is that there's probably not a lot that this can't do. So you'll hear some amazing testimonials about that. But absorbability. So this is basically the answer to it. And what we have seen is, as Rebecca says, almost mystical-like results. I've had my own ones, which I've shared a lot, but I'd like somebody else to actually do that in regard to this product. And we've got two. We've got, let's see, this darker sort of curcumin, and then we've got one here which is almost empty because I love it so much, is the curcumin with ginger and vitamin C and vitamin D. But Sweet, do you want to add anything there?
Yeah, I do. So I was Beck White, who's not on the call. We were in touch about 6 weeks ago, and she told me about this phenomenal product. And she said, you know, the opportunity is to really bring that to Aussie and New Zealand, and people need it everywhere. And it's having it's just mind blowing. And obviously, we know about inflammation being the kind of the primary cause of most disease states. It's really the sort of the roadblock to wellness and healing. So I said to her, you know, I wasn't really ready to take something else on, but I said, send me a bottle, let me try it. I need to know for myself what this does. And I started putting 10 drops in my coffee in the morning, documenting my changes that I was feeling in my body. I was waking up feeling more refreshed. I was sleeping better, more deeply. I wasn't waking up 5 times a night. And I noticed after a few days that I wasn't needing to use my inhaler or my steroids for my asthma. So I've had asthma for about 12 years and have been on steroids for 12 years. And I don't need to use my steroids because having the curcumin, which is so bioavailable. So I can put these drops on my tongue and I can watch that lift in my chest and I feel that ease. And, you know, it works really well like that for headaches as well. It blew my mind. And I said to Serge, this is something we need to really seriously take a look at. And since then, it's been a golden tsunami is what we call it. We're just sharing it with as many people as we can. People are sharing it with their loved ones who really need the product. The results are speaking for themselves. It sells itself. It's not a selling thing. It's just a sharing thing. So we're super excited about the opportunity to bring this to Aussie and New Zealand. We've just got Beck White that's joined the call. Without Beck White and her commitment to doing this and her sort of initial interest in the product, we wouldn't have this in Australia. And then, you know, without me, I suppose, and Serge doing what we're doing, it wouldn't be able to reach New Zealand. So you know, we're so excited about it. And so I just really, really encourage you to have a listen to a couple of testimonials. We won't go too long on the testimonies because we've got so many now on our Facebook group. And there's thousands on a disruptive wellness group, which is kind of a global United States, Mexico, UK, Europe now, Aussie, New Zealand. We're just pre-launching into Canada, and also if you've got people in Ireland that you think need the product, we're starting to really you know, spread our wings. So there's lots of testimonies available. There's lots of science behind this. It's proven technology. It's low cost. So important for people that need wellness. It is a supplement. You know, curcumin is a component of turmeric, and so it is a supplement. It's a food, and it has incredible anti-inflammatory, antioxidant properties. And so when you put this in your body can do amazing things once the inflammation is kind of managed, and it does it so rapidly that the body can then start to prioritize healing on all kinds of levels. That's really, really specific to you and your body. So we're just blown away every day by what people are experiencing, things they've had for a long time, even acute situations, burns, wounds, bites. It's safe for pets, it's safe for children. We've noticed that there's been changes because it's able to cross the blood-brain barrier because of the technology, delivering the curcumin to the cell door through the cell wall, and then the delivery system actually gets excreted, but the curcumin is able to penetrate the cell. And so within minutes, like Serge said, within minutes, the body's got, all the cells in the body have access to this incredible anti-inflammatory, antioxidant product. So it supercharges the body. And what everybody universally seems to notice first is better sleep, increased clarity, more energy, and less pain and discomfort. So honestly, it doesn't really matter what your manifestation of disease, or whether it's autoimmune or neurological or degenerative, it doesn't really matter the name or the cause. The root of that would be an inflammatory response in the body or inflammation in the body. The body does that in response to injury, illness, or toxicity. So once you can start to manage the root cause, everything else just kind of falls into place. And that's what we're seeing happen time and time again. So I've not been as excited about a product I've been in the wellness industry since I was 18, actually. So over 30 years, I've not been as excited about a product as this one. Having had my own personal miracle, I'm very passionate, I'm invested, and I believe wholeheartedly in what it can do. And I've seen far too many personal results from friends and family, and people that I'm now starting to reach in the broader community to have any doubts that this product does what it says it's doing. So what I'd like to do is maybe just share a couple of testimonies. If anybody's passionate about sharing something and you haven't shared before, could you just put your hand up and unmute? Who's first? Don't be shy. Who have we got? Yeah, Sandy, amazing. Could you unmute?
You hear me?
Yes.
Your lovely mother introduced me to the drops. Friday last week was my first day. So first things I found was, sleeping well, slept very well, and waking up refreshed rather than going to bed, sleeping for hours, waking up in the middle of the night umpteen times. So a bit like you, Rebecca. The other thing I noticed is I have always had, my husband says, because I used to flip the bird too often, this little finger would never go down. Well, look, it does now. It doesn't stick up like this anymore. But he said that was because I was being rude all the time. That was almost immediately within 3 days. And it was like, holy crap,
Yeah.
Other things I found, I have had sore ankles for ages, and it's just part of life. So you don't think about it. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're not sore anymore. I have diverticulitis. I've been diagnosed. I only just remembered that too. I haven't had symptoms for like the minor symptoms that you get with gas and everything. None of that's been happening since I started. What else? I've got my list here. Sleep, yep. Oh, like you, I don't suffer asthma, but I used to wheeze, so I'd have to take the puffer if I got really bad. I woke up the other night, I was laying in bed the other night actually, and I was thinking, I'm not listening to myself whistle. So that's gone.
Amazing, honestly, life-changing, right?
It's very life-changing.
And just in a matter of days. And like, I shared this with my mum as soon as I knew that I was getting results. I said, you've got to get some. It took her so long to get it, poor thing. She was desperate to get it. But she's had some really, really life-altering results for herself and her husband. Do you want to just quickly share, Mum, if that's okay, about your results? Just unmute if you can. And maybe Trevor's as well, just really quickly. You're still on mute. Okay, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah, I just want to add something there before Denise gets back on. Is I won't share my personal one because a lot of people have heard it, but what I have found time and time again is that this product doesn't just work on one particular thing. Like generally most people that have some sort of chronic pain, whether it's say be arthritis or headaches or high blood pressure or whatever, they'll tend to take something that targets that, right? What I have found in my own personal experience and all the testimonials that I've been reading is that there is a whole bunch of things, like even what you just said then, there's a whole list of things that are turning themselves around. And I mean, and that's pretty incredible, right? Because I had a girl the other day message me and said, what's so different about this? I'm so used to taking supplements, and reeled off a whole bunch of them, right? So which is probably what a lot of us have done at some point. I'm pretty much just taking this and this alone. So but I just put that in before Denise.
We are finding a lot of people. This is kind of like the number one root cause product, and it's to my understanding. I mean, this is the equivalent. So this is 18,000% more bioavailable than turmeric powder. And if you take turmeric powder, you would have to take 9 pounds of turmeric root, which would be about 27 capsules of turmeric powder, which would have to go through the digestive system, be broken down, and then a lot of that would be excreted because It's actually an oily substance. Because of the delivery system, the nanotech, this goes straight into the bloodstream, and it's actually super effective. So it's just the curcumin component, it's nothing extra. And then the vitamin D3 also. So Denise, did you want to just quickly share some of the...
I've got 3 quick ones. My stepdaughter Alison, who's here with me, Alison spends with different things, about $98 a month on prescription drugs for this, that, and the other. So she's looking forward to saving that money. And if she wants to take 2 bottles a month of curcumin, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper. I've had terrific results with the osteoarthritis in my hands, which came on suddenly last year, virtually overnight, and just getting worse and worse. We've been on the drops for 16 days. Both hands are improving. I can close this left one now. Pain's going on a scale of, like, I'd say one hand 6, the other 9 out of 10. I would say now we're down to about 3 or 4 and about 6 on the other. Stiffness is going. The grip, getting the grip back. So that's my testimony. My husband's testimony, Trevor, had headaches all the time, every day. Headaches completely gone after, I think, the 2nd day. Circulation improving, always had really cold feet, icy cold feet. His feet are warm now, and he calls them warm and cozy. And also, we took his blood pressure today, and that has gone down. It's almost normal, and it was quite high. So there's 3 of us in the one family getting fantastic results.
Unreal. And, you know, at retail, this product would be about $80 Australian, and at wholesale, it's about half that, if not less. So affordable. You know, 10 drops a day for the average person. Some people take 20, 30 drops a day. You can do what you like with it. It's non-toxic, it's non-GMO, it's a supplement. So there's no, people say they're double-blind studies. We don't really need it with this because it's not something that's toxic and has you know, negative side effects if you take too much. So it's just a miracle product. Honestly, we've been doing these calls now for a couple of weeks, and I find myself saying the same thing everywhere. It's a miracle product. It's an absolute miracle product. So is there somebody else that wanted to share something that hasn't shared? Actually, Mel, I'll come to you in just one sec. I just want to say, I know Eric's sitting there really quietly, but Eric, can you just wave for a sec? I'm not going to call you out, but when I came back to New Zealand from Aussie, when I had my little bit left in my bottle last time, we went out for dinner, and Eric was talking about sore hands and how he's, you know, pain in his hands from the work that he does. And I had this bottle, this tiny little container in my bag, and I thought, I just pulled it out and I said to him, Eric, put 10 drops of this in your lemonade. We were out for dinner, stir it, drink it, and tell me how your hand feels in 10 minutes. And I didn't know at that time it was going to work so fast. I sort of took a chance on it because of what I'd experienced, and I could feel every time I took the drops, within about 10 minutes, I felt relieved of, you know, whether it was headache or whether it was tightness in the chest or whatever. And he surprised me, and he said, within 10 minutes, he said, oh my God, what is this? And I said, take the bottle home, start reporting back to me what you feel. He's talking about better sleeps, more productive at work. He said, I could make $300 a week more. I'm so productive. You know, so these are things that, like, people are saying, I'm getting my husband back. I've got, you know, quality of life returning. A very close family member of ours who's had anxiety for decades has, for the first time in her life, reported that she's not any longer having anxiety. It makes me cry. Honestly, it really makes me cry. So, Mel, did you want to share something?
Yeah, I will, just quickly. A few of us have heard my testimony, but earlier, the beginning of last month, I was blessed with a bottle, and unfortunately I dropped it. Anyway, I was left with 8 days. What I noticed though, after that 8 days, because I had long COVID, menopause, arthritis in my hands, slight depression, bit of depression, and within that 8 days, it had gone. The energy that I had, it was like a breath of fresh air that had come back into my world. But moving forward, I got again my pack, I think it was last week. So I've been on it, I think, for probably another five 5 days, started 5 days. And I forgot all about this, but prior to the first time getting the drops, I had trouble with my knees. So if I went to kneel down, I would literally have to grab something to help push myself back up. Well, we went and did a job the other day, and this was putting 600 diameter concrete pipes, a huge long line of them. And I was jumping in and out of that hole like I was 16. And my partner said to me, "Oh my God, baby, you would not think that you are," I'm 55 soon, the way that you were, I was jumping in and out of this hole because they were quite deep. And it clicked and I went, "Oh my gosh, my knees are okay. They're not sore, they're not achy." And I literally could get back up. The other thing was my nails. I've got nails and my hair is just so much nicer. It doesn't have that, I don't know about you guys, but the frizzy bit at the back. So my hair has even improved. So the product is amazing, absolutely amazing.
Incredible.
Short and sweet. That's me.
Thanks, Mel. I mean, it's and at this stage, you know, the product's not really available for customers because it's not here yet. But that's what we're working so hard to do, is to get the company to be able to justify opening warehousing and distribution in Australia and or New Zealand, so that we can all enjoy this product and we can, you know, tell everybody we know about it. So at this stage, it's really only available wholesale, which is what most of us here have purchased a wholesale kit, which gives you a bulk amount of product so that at least you can give it a fair try. You can hand it out to family and friends. You could retail it if you wanted to. There's you know, huge benefits to getting the product at wholesale. So that's what we're sort of focused on doing for the next couple of months. We've got some exciting news to share soon, but I'll just see if there's any anybody else who wanted to share anything, or Serge, if you wanted to share, or Beck White, if there's anything you felt was important. Yep. You want to? Oh, you've got to unmute, Beck.
I think everyone's heard my testimony and my sister's. I just got another 2 testimonies literally this afternoon. So this stuff, you hear about it and you think, can it really be that good? I just got another 2 literally in the last hour, but one of them being a different sister that has a major issue with anxiety and mental, you know, stuff going on, and just a lot of, I don't even know what the word is, but she said, "I just feel like everything's lifted and I'm actually organized and I can actually clean my house and just do those things now." You know, just things like that, which might seem like a little thing, but it's massive for her. She just feels lighter and brighter. And of course, she's having like a lot more energy and all of that stuff she noticed straight away. But within 6 weeks now, her actual mental health is really starting to get a lot better. So that's a really amazing thing to hear, really great thing to hear. And then my other friend who has to possibly get a hysterectomy, like she's got really bad, I don't even know what the word's called actually, but you know how we have a lot of polycystic ovaries, but even worse than that anyway. And she just said, "Oh my God, I'm sorry if the guys are on there, but I got my period, I didn't even have any pain. She didn't even know it was coming. Usually she's in pain for days beforehand." So it's taken her 6 weeks to get to that point. But she said, and I said, "I wonder what's going to happen when they go," because she's booked in for an operation. "I have a feeling they're going to go in and they're not going to find what they thought was there to start with." So it's actually, the longer you're on it, like you said, the more benefits. It's, people were saying, "What does it do for you?" Like sleep, energy, they were the first things. Aches and pains. I play sport. I'm a very big sports person. I love I can play lots of sport and I don't have any aches and pains at all, which is great. But like you were saying, my hair's better, my sleep, my sunspots are better, my skin's better, my nails are better. It's just like everything is starting to now accumulate into some amazing stuff. Just absolutely love. And I take it morning and night. I just take a big dropper. I don't even count it out. I just take heaps because I love it.
Yeah, and if you don't, some people say, you know, they get results within the first day, first 3 days, first week. Some people it takes a bit longer, because it really depends on how much inflammation your body's got to deal with, how long you've had certain issues and conditions, and what that reversal of symptoms might have to be for each person. But some people, you know, start off on 10 drops a day, and they're there for a couple of weeks, and they might have something really heavy duty going on, fibromyalgia. I'm not quite feeling it, you know, I'm not really feeling like I've got much. And then they start doubling the drops, and then it's like, voila, you know, that's the kind of ideal amount for them. So you've got to be prepared, I think, to just play around a little bit with the amount, you know. For kids, it's 1 drop per year of age. For pets, it's 1 drop per 4 kilos of body weight. So amazing for pets, you know, for vet bills. And and I've got a couple of slides that I want to share very, very quickly, just on some visual testimonies, because we've talked a lot about a lot of, I suppose, chronic states of you know, dis-ease in the body, but also visually you can really see the power and the effectiveness of this. So I'm just going to share my screen and give you guys a very quick look. If you're on a phone, it might be a little hard to see, but let me just get rid of these things here. Can you all see this screen? Okay, so we're talking about Nanofy, which is the product with curcumin and vitamin D3. Curcumin Plus is exactly the same, but it's got added vitamin C and ginger. Great for sensitive stomachs, really good for colds and flus. It's got a minutely less amount of curcumin because it's got the other things in it. And Symbiofy is a product that we will chat really quickly about. It's a kind of a pre, pro, and postbiotic. It's a symbiotic. Very potent and very great combination to restore gut health while you're reducing your inflammation and giving your body antioxidants, because you know a huge percentage of your immune system resides in your gut, as does your serotonin, your dopamine, your endorphins. And if you can't get the uptake into the brain of those hormones, you're not going to be feeling great. Anxiety, depression, you know, feeling really low, pain pathways will be kind of exacerbated for you. So breaking that cycle is super important as well. Now, so just a couple of quick ones. We've got this incredible Facebook group on Facebook, which you can join. You can ask to be joined to. You can be invited to that. You can use this little search icon up the top. It's called Disruptive Wellness. There's currently about 10,500 members. I put this together, I think, last week, and it's just growing. So people are starting to hear about it, share this, tell their friends. And you can see some incredible visual testimonies. So we've got things here like, these are examples. Obviously it doesn't cure anything, and we can't ever say it does. But we just say that when you provide the body with the right things, it can go to work and start balancing and restoring itself naturally. So Kylie is somebody we're getting to know really, really well. She's from the US. She's now becoming a good friend for some of us, and she's had Hashimoto's, and I think she's had her thyroid removed, if I'm not mistaken. She's had some really serious health challenges. She actually was given the drops by somebody from Mexico. I think that's the story, and originally, and then got so passionate she just brought it to the US, and they kind of started a big tsunami there. And so this seems to be how it goes. People just get so passionate and excited about this, and they really believe. This woman here talks about having Bell's palsy and feeling like she can see changes in the way her facial structure is after a certain amount of time. We've got things going on here, inflammation, bloating. I think this is psoriasis. We're not saying that it cures any of these things, but these are manifestations of chronic inflammatory conditions and autoimmune conditions where the body's immune system is overreacting to something and has some sort of an inflammatory response. And you know, when you can address the inflammation, the body can then just naturally heal. And if you were to think, you know, this is a great one here, toenail fungus, really usually very difficult to treat. What have we got here? 3 days on the drops here. So edema, we've got bruising. I think this might be some sort of a psoriasis. Bites and stings, amazing. So it's a bit like a pharmacy in a bottle. And we've got other things, incredibly fast wound healing, really incredible. I've had the experience of burns. My granddaughter just burnt herself and we put the drops on her hands, even pets. So I just wanted to share that very quickly to give you a sort of a sense of the scope of the product. And you can have it with you all the time. You can use it in emergency situations. Sometimes you could use it like a rescue remedy if you wanted to put it on your tongue, if you're feeling a bit anxious or nervous or overwhelmed or under the weather. It's incredible. So morning and night it can be used, or you know, sort of in emergency situations as well. I've probably forgotten a whole lot of things, but is there anything, Serge, that you wanted to add Does anybody have any quick questions as well?
I think just a reminder that we do have the Vita Wellness. I'm pretty sure, I think everybody is on that, if I'm right. If you're not, please, contact the person that invited you and make sure that you get on there. Vita Wellness is the group that Rebecca and I have created as a support system for our Australia and New Zealand team. So also, if you can join that Disruptive Wellness and have a look at some of the testimonials, we've got our own, starting from our own people. A lot of the ones that you will see, like in Disruptive Wellness, are not from America, but this is actually real close to home. So everything you're hearing here is is basically Australia and New Zealand. So
just really quickly, there's somebody that's put a message in, Sandy, about he's been on heavy anti-inflammatories for years. Yeah, he probably should increase the drops, and maybe, you're looking at, it could be 3 to 4 weeks potentially. Some people do take a little bit longer, but just because they've got so much that they have to deal with in their body. The science behind the product, that's interesting, because we're not scientists, we're not, wellness professionals in the sense that we get paid to diagnose or treat anything or advise. So there's so much science on our Vita Wellness group. I might just show you quickly what the Vita Wellness group looks like so that you can make sure you're a member and you're on that. So I just will, a second. Oops, too many things going on. Okay, it's coming up now. So just so that you know what it looks like, so that you know that you're a member of it, and you can get a feel. Disruptive Wellness, which is the site with 10,000 odd people and lots of testimonies, is really about the product. Our Vita Wellness group is for people who are wholesalers, people who are starting to share the product, people who are we want to help. It's not going to do it, is it? I think I've got too much going on. Let me leave that. We'll get that to you all later. So just remind the person that invited you here about Vita Wellness and just ask to be invited. For some reason, it doesn't want to load. I'm up in the hills here in the Dandenong Mountains, so it's maybe the Wi-Fi is not so great. Hi, Cherry. Nice to see you. Okay, so what we might do, does anyone ever have any quick questions about the product that we haven't covered, that you feel like you desperately need more information about? Because what we want to go into after this is how you can get the product, how much it costs, what your options are. So if there's anything you need to know before that, please just give us a quick hands up. Can't see what's that. Oh yeah, thanks, Gaz. Gaz has got that up there. So Vita Wellness just looks like a blue, really beautiful logo that I created. And we try to put everything on there that's supportive. We just started piling testimonials in from our local people, and I love it. It's just, I've asked permission from everyone, but I'm screenshotting when they send me stuff. I screenshot it and say, that's got to be known, that's got to be shown. Right. So what we'll quickly go into now is how to get the product. So as we've said, until we are open officially in Australia and New Zealand, we are still in up until today, we were in pre-launch. Now we're in pre-launch. So this is the exciting news we really want to share with you. We have gone into phase 2. So maybe Beck, would you mind just sharing a little bit about that? Because I think we're both in the loop, but I really want you to take some of the glory. Rebecca White has done so much for this company, this product, and she's just achieved a very, very high rank in the company in terms of moving product and getting the product in hands of people. So it's called she's a diamond distributor, which means she's moved I can't say that word, a ton of product in 30 days, which is probably equivalent to about $100,000 worth of these drops in Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing.
Yeah, I think it was about $105,000 worth in Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, it was fairly large. Yep. But it wasn't me, it was all of you guys as well. So it's, I'm not doing this on my own. I've got a massive, amazing support and great team like you guys. So I'm very humbled by that. And with the phase 2, we didn't think it would be this quick. Remember we were having a conversation, Rebecca, and you're like, when are you aiming for diamond? I'm like, here. And you're like, whoa, that's pretty quick. I'm like, let's see if we can do it. You'll be there next month, easy, because it's a product that is, it's remarkable. Everyone needs it. Everyone can use it. Everyone will benefit. So it's just like a no-brainer. So for the actual new phase, we get to have it direct as of, I think it's like, you know, once they actually finish over this month, we actually get to order our own packs for Australia and New Zealand with the shipping involved. So there's shipping involved, so you don't have to pay and do the spreadsheet that we've been doing. We've been doing a little bit of the hard yards. We still need to do that for pre-launch in Canada, but that's okay. And then what we're going to do is also the 2 bigger packs. So they are a different price, but they've got a lot more volume in there. And they've also got, for the bigger packs, 2 and possibly 3 months of qualifying volume. So if you're building a business, it's actually going to be a lot easier now for us to build the business. So we're pretty excited. That's what we've been really aiming for. They said, if you can get the company to $100,000 months in a month, that's in 1 month, then, you know, we will start shipping direct. And they kept their promise. They're very integral. So yes, we get to do that as of this month, which is going to just be so much easier for us. We're very excited.
Yeah, it's a total game changer. So yeah, as we said, we put in the hard yards. All of us who got in the first couple of weeks and who have bought a wholesale kit now have the advantage of being distributors if we want to. And if not, we've got a lot of product that we can take for a couple of months and really give it a good trial. We can share it with family and friends. We can, you know, on sell it if we like to do that. So there's so many ways that you can make this work for yourself and other people and friends and family. That's what I love about it. And pretty much all of my family are involved. That's, you know, twisted some rubber arms, but I think they're all really, really grateful and glad now that they have the product. Yeah, congratulations, Beck, and thank you so much. And it is a team effort. And I think it's also the system, the model of the business model that works. So rather than putting this on shelves and having somebody just make all the profit, which is sort of the traditional business model, this is a referral marketing, is sharing. We're in a distribution market where we basically share the product and we build teams and we benefit by helping each other and helping other people. And it's all about helping. You absolutely cannot get anywhere doing this if you're not helping other people. So if you're listening to this from the perspective of, I just want to know how much it is to buy a wholesale box, same conversation. So we'll touch on that first, so that if you don't want to know anything about how you can benefit financially, I'd be hard pressed to think there would be anybody really on here that might not be interested in that, because given the changes that we've been seeing with inflation and all of that sort of stuff, this is a dream business. I'm sitting here in a B&B in Melbourne, not to gloat, but came over here to see my baby grandson, and I can work this business from home. I've been doing meetings from bed at Julie's house for the last week. It's fantastic. You can do it from anywhere, and it's very casual. You take it as you would do anything in your life. It's just you sharing the product. So yeah, thank you. So what I'll do, I just want to share this screen with you. I've created another little PDF. I like to keep it simple, and see if I can get that right. Here we go. Now, can you all see this one? It says, do you believe in miracles? Yeah, cool. I absolutely do after this product. And I think I did before. And I think what I've noticed and what a lot of people have said to me is that something about the product grabbed hold of them and they couldn't look away. They could not be curious and interested about it. And some people who even before they've had the product and tried it, say they can feel it in their blood. And it's just something really special. And I think that comes from the founders of the company, who decided when they were going to pair curcumin with this technology that they had a patent for, they knew what it would do for inflammation and what that would do for mental health, physical health, hormonal health. They made a decision to let go of fear and move forward with love. And I think that really aligns with our philosophy as well. And this is why we're seeing such kind of organic, natural growth and so much positivity, so much happiness and joy coming to the lives of people we're sharing this with, including ourselves. You can't not catch this vibe. So I call it a miracle product. It's a miracle business, and I'll show you why. So we've got, I'm sorry about this up at the top here. I just wish I could move it. But so miracle product. We've covered a bit about the product, but 10 drops a day is changing lives, and you know, maybe a few more than 10 drops in some cases I've heard is saving lives. Can't make claims about the product doing that, but the body is able to restore and recuperate and recover and bounce forward rather than bouncing back. So why is it a miracle product? It's low cost. As I've said, this incredible product, you can get as low as $20 US a bottle as a wholesaler. If you're buying a starter kit, it will cost about $25 US. Now, our dollar's not that strong against the US dollar in Australia and New Zealand, but when we get paid commission on the volume of product that we are getting into the hands of people, it's really, really appealing that our dollar is not that strong, because we get paid commission in US dollars, and it's changing lives. It's changing our financial life right now. We can see it. Beck might share some more about that later. High impact product, GMO free, natural. It's an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant product, patented. Okay, I think we've got 5 or 6 patents on that. It's really about the delivery system that makes the difference. That's the science behind the product, is how this gets into the blood and gets into the cells. It is, you know, some people say 277 times, which would be about 27,000% if you were looking at it like that. But we're just being a bit more on the conservative side. It's a lot. It's more potent than a lot of pretty much anything else on the market that is a natural anti-inflammatory. And yeah, I love it because it's safe for children and pets. And you know, you don't have to worry about toxicity and things like that. So it's a miracle opportunity because it's a high demand product. Now, interestingly, people don't necessarily know they need this until we introduce them to it, until they try it, and then they realize that they've needed this for so long. That's what's so exciting about it. It's really revolutionizing and disrupting the wellness industry. We're in this exclusive pre-launch market positioning in Australia and New Zealand. And it is a global business. I mean, it's available, you know, we can build businesses in the United States, in the UK, in Europe, in, you know, South America. So if you have friends and family in any of those countries, or people that you know who have networks of people, or people that are involved in the wellness industry or health in general, people that are really maybe unwell, it depends on what you feel called to, who you feel called to share it with, then you can absolutely, it's kind of, there's no borders here. Now you can grow it exponentially from anywhere, which is what I mentioned before. It's immediate start. So as soon as you join and you get an account, a wholesale account, you also get a website. And from that website, you can do all your business. You have a back office, you can track that, you can organize your teams. You can, it's a whole lot of fun. I haven't had as much fun doing a business before as this one. It's really not hard work. I've done a lot, but nobody else has to set up infrastructure. We're trying to build a system that people can plug into so that's scalable and duplicatable for everybody. It's very, very simple. So why is it such an incredible opportunity? Because you do get all these things. You get the wholesale discounts, you get 100% retail profit. When we are open and we're able to retail this product, it's very lucrative. You know, you can open a market store, you could have this in a health food shop, whatever you like, whatever you choose. There's weekly bonuses and commissions. There's a lot of support, obviously. And for a lot of us, this is going to be a legacy business. We can support our children and our, you know, grandchildren through this business. It's a saleable, willable asset, I think. You can give the gift of this to anybody, and they can make a choice to join you and have their lives changed as well. And it's all about choice. So we're not forcing anybody or pushing or pressurizing anybody. It's just all available. Now, this slide as of tomorrow is redundant, so I need to update this. But just to tell you, we have 3 wholesale or starter kits that are available: the kit 1000, the kit 500, and the kit 250. Now, these aren't the prices anymore, and they're not the inclusions, so please don't worry about that. We will chat after this session. For anybody that wants to stay on and know what the new kits are, please just hang back after we finish and I can share the slides. I think, can I do that, Beck? Or, yep, okay, cool. I can share with you. But just to say, when you do join as a wholesaler, you have the advantage of being able to then share and refer wholesale kits and product to other people. And the company has built in as well as 100% retail profit margin. So if the product costs you $25 US, you're selling it for $50 US. If you convert that, that's about $40 in Australia, $80 retail. For New Zealanders, a little bit more, 45 and 90. As well as that, they've set aside about 53% of the wholesale product to pay back to people who are sharing it, distributors. So you get all these crazy bonuses and commissions and incentives and trips and whatever you like. So we're so excited that the company has agreed to open in Australia and New Zealand and that we can participate in all of this. So it's just what an opportunity. It's really like a once in a lifetime positioning situation as well. So we have a 30-day success plan, and we have absolutely found the key to duplication and ranking up. And, we have about 100 people in our team at the moment in New Zealand and Australia. Beck has a bit more than that. We just hit a rank which is called Elite, and there's 50,000 points of volume, 50,000, it's about 55 actually, I think, before I clicked off today. So we've done a lot. Beck White's done a lot. Everybody here's done a lot. Some people are hearing this for the first time, just itching to do a lot. So we really want you to come and join us and spread the word. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really rewarding. Now, we have a success plan here. I want to give you a very quick example. If you're here for wholesaling, fine, just ignore this part. But if you want to build a business and join us and run with us as we're doing right now, then you really need to understand this very quickly. This is Denise, my beautiful mum. She came in and she purchased a kit 500, which gave her 12 bottles of the curcumin, which for the average person would be 12 months supply. If you were taking it twice a day, it might be 6 months. But I kid you not, when you get your box of these little vials, they walk out the door, everybody wants some. You then start remembering and thinking about everybody you know who needs this product. So you're going to need a lot, I guarantee you. She bought a kit 500. She had a friend who bought a kit 250, actually sister. Another friend who bought a kit 500 and another friend who bought a kit 1000. So this all happened in about a week for Denise. So she was very motivated and knew a lot of people that this would appeal to. And I just will show you here what she received in commissions the following week from the companies, $848 US. Pretty good. So she invested $555 to buy a kit. That gave her all that product. She's in profit. She's referred 3. She got a huge bonus there. And if you minus the initial investment, she still got about $700 profit, which is about $1,200 Australian or something like that. So it's pretty fun. And we've all been having an absolute blast with this. The company is incredibly generous with their bonus structure and their commissions. And, what we just say is this really is a legacy business. It's changing lives a drop at a time. And to think, I'll come back to this screen now, just to think that you could have 100% retail profit and also 50% of the wholesale cost comes back to distributors or wholesalers who are driving this to market is blowing our minds every day. You might think this is a very low cost product, and it is, but the volumes and the amount of people that need this and will utilize this and consume this product and share it because it's working, the market is astronomical. So we're not kidding when we say this is really a golden tsunami and we're riding that wave. And it wouldn't happen and it wouldn't work if the product wasn't doing what it said and wasn't selling itself and we weren't getting these incredible testimonies. There's only one way this is working, and it's because the product, the technology is doing what it says it's doing, and there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else available like this. So Beck, did you want to add anything extra to the opportunity?
Well, all I can say is that I've been an entrepreneur for pretty much all my life. I think I told that story already, maybe on this one or a different call, but I've always been entrepreneurial and I've done a few different businesses. This is my 4th like this. I also had a traditional business for 8 years, a fully licensed 7-day-a-week cafe. So I've done, and I've got my own home-based business as a coach as well. So I've done lots of different business stuff. And this is by far the quickest and easiest and best business decision I have ever made. So to reach diamond in less than 3, I think it's just under 3 months because I started a week after February, but 3 months is, I don't think it's really heard of. I think they're a bit shocked by us, Rebecca.
Yeah, we're breaking records, no doubt.
I was thinking we just got to get there as fast as we can, so we can get it here. But also to the bonuses and everything else that, you know, an average diamond earns an average of 10,000 USD a month, every month. That's an average sort of income. 10,000 USD is about 14,000 Australian dollars, just an average. And to do that in 3 months, and I know Rebecca will be next to do it in 3 months. And there's plenty of room. We're just pre-launching Canada, not open Asia, not open. Someone asked me about South Africa. Someone asked me about India. Not open, not open, not open. We can open it all. I've never seen an opportunity like it. I think it's literally the trajectory of my life has now changed due to the decision I've made. And I did end up putting my husband in as well, so I'll help him to get there as well. He doesn't really know what's going on, but that's okay. He's kind of wondering why he's cooking a lot more dinners lately and doing a bit more washing. But but at the same time, I just think if people are sitting there thinking, could that be me? I work. I'm a mother. I have a business. I work 3 days. My husband does shift work. I coach netball. I play netball. I umpire. You know, I'm a very, very busy person. And if I can do that in 3 months, I guarantee you can do it. And the product, it's phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. So that's just my 2 cents. I've, you know, definitely changed my life, and it will change everyone else's that chooses to do what I've done and what you're doing, Rebecca and Sergio.
Absolutely. We're excited. I mean, and just in terms of the bonus structures, I'll just throw this out there. I mentioned the commissions on the kits that you can generate in the first 30 days, 2 days, 1 day. We've got people on this call that have done it in a day. But the bonus structures that are really enticing, if you do kind of move a volume of product in your first few months in the business, and you move through these kind of levels of volume, and get to the position that Rebecca White's just reached and I'm going to reach this month, you're looking at about 19,000 US dollars in bonuses just for kind of hitting a position of volume that you've helped to contribute to move through to people that need it. What a reward, like unbelievable, how life-changing. So we're already starting to plan our holidays together, what we can do. It's fantastic, and it's so much fun. It's not stressful. You know, you get a product that's so rewarding, so many beautiful testimonies, life-changing testimonies coming back. I cry every day. I literally do. When I hear something, a new story, somebody that's had their life, you know, returned to them, it's incredible. So we're very humble, we're very privileged, and it's a really a beautiful opportunity for all of us. Serge, did you want to add anything to what we said?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you hear it over and over again. I mean, this product is unlike anything I've ever seen, and I've been in sport and fitness for probably 30 years myself. Product is incredible. The business, the owners and that are incredible, very integral. It's the first time I've ever seen something that's heart-centered, right? And you know, they proved that by actually jumping on calls and actually talking to us. Beck White, I'm sure you received a message from Tyler. Rebecca received one today saying, "Hey Rebecca, I just wanted to congratulate you on reaching the elite with us. That is so exciting that you did that in such a short period of time." And I want to talk about that just very briefly. We're so glad you are with us, and to see so many reaching ranks on your teams make it all sweeter. Congratulations on New Zealand's first elite. And he goes, "Oops, it's Tyler Sharp from Vidafy Corporate, by the way." So, you know, these are the guys that are actually running the business, right? So incredible product, great company. But what I have witnessed is the structure in which Beck, Rebecca, and this group have managed to formulate. And I'll just explain that as simple as I can. Beck White's achieved a rank that it has taken some many months, maybe even a year, if I'm right, years to reach. Rebecca, our darling Rebecca, she's reached the elite, where I've heard there's a particular gentleman, I'm not going to name names, has 7 times the amount of people in his business, well, 8 times, 7 or 8 times, and at the same rank, right? So I'll just give you that figure. We've got just over 100, and he has about 800. So in terms of how this is structured, you couldn't be in a better team. I'll tell you that. And no, I'm being 100% serious. You could not be in a better team, because what these women have done is nothing short of extraordinary. What all the people here have done is nothing short of extraordinary. And to be honest, if that's why we've created the Vita Wellness as a plug-in. As Rebecca said, you don't all have to do that, but the resources are there for you guys, right? How to build it, how to get to the ranks. And I do want to. Oh, actually, Rebecca, you've got the numbers of people that achieved ranks, because one thing, just really quick, lastly, is this is all about helping others achieve what they need to achieve. And I know the people that are on Vita Wellness have seen me say that on numerous occasions, and I will never stop saying it. If we can help you get what you need to achieve, we will get what we need to achieve. And that is evident, right? But for Rebecca, or even for Beck, to reach what they've reached, they've had to help others reach, their goals. I mean, then you often hear that in traditional business, right? But it's 9 times out of 10, you won't see that. So, Becca, if you can maybe just talk a little bit about who's reached what, probably not who, but the numbers of people that have.
Yep. So we, and we do this by working together. And just quickly, we forgot to mention, but the company is actually 6 years old in its current form. It's not, this is not an overnight thing. It's just kind of popped up, and we're all worried that it's going to just fizzle and die, and then we're all losing money. The company are very integral. They took their time in South America. They didn't need to be in a hurry. They've got big plans for the potential of this technology to pair it with other things. They're starting with anti-inflammatory. They might do brain health, heart health with a delivery system that is second to none, that's having profound effects. If we can have this sort of effect with inflammation, imagine then, once the body's inflammatory responses are sort of managed, imagine what other things could be paired with this. So we're definitely in the right company. We're here for the long term. And as Serge was alluding to, we have had, to understand ranks without going into detail, everybody who works together to try to, achieve a target. And we do that as a team, and we all support each other, and we build each other up, and we make sure that becomes possible. So if you are with us and you say, this is what I want out of this, I need to be making $10,000 a month. I really do. Or I need just an extra 1,000, or I need 250, or I'm really not in it for the money, but I just want to share as much of it as I can. We will absolutely help you achieve that. We have broken in our little team in Australia and New Zealand of 100 people for, one elite, one premier. So elite is 50,000 points of volume, $50,000 worth of moving the product. One premier, that's Denise. Congratulations, Denise, 25,000 points of volume. She's done that because there's a whole bunch of people in her team who have achieved rank, and that's helped to elevate her and bring everybody up with her. So it's such a fun way to do business. We've broken 4 masters, 4 seniors, and about 20 pros. And what that means is that when you reach that pro level, you've got that money back that I showed you that Denise had. So you're getting about $1,200 back. And you can do that as quickly as you like. So you're not out of pocket. You've got plenty of product. You're feeling excited about the possibilities. You've got plenty of money to buy more product if you want to. And that's so duplicatable. We do that by sharing this with 3 people. 3 people get enrolled. You get some commissions. They get started. They get super happy. They share it with a whole bunch of friends and family. And it just grows organically, and it grows exponentially. So that's what we're seeing. And we know we can keep pushing this at the level that we have, with the drive and the vision and the passion that we have. I know Beck and I have had some pretty, and Denise too, we're up at 3 a.m. texting each other. What are we doing next? How are we going to structure this? Who needs what? It's a lot of fun serving people. If you like serving people and helping, then it's a great business model for you. So that's probably what I wanted to share. If anyone's got any questions, do you want to unmute? what I might do, I might stop the recording and then we can just ask questions and keep it a little bit more casual from there. So I'm just going to stop the recording. Thanks everybody so much for attending and listening. It's been great.